This is a short video on getting debate teams registered using Tab Room. I'm hoping that by doing this we're going to reduce the amount of confusion early in the day and get off to a quicker start. So let me briefly go over this. I've also sent you a link on some pages you can go to that provide instruction as well. But the first thing you do is you open up a web browser and you type in Tab Room, and it will give you a list of Tab Room. And so just go to Tab Room, and it'll probably look something like this when you get there. Go to tabroom.com, and it will look like this. First thing you're going to want to do is to sign up, and this is for you and your school. So you'll click on sign up, and I'll just describe what's going on here. Fill out these spaces. I want your email address, first, last name, phone number, cell provider, and then they want you to come up with a password, and that will create your login. And then once you have done that, you will need to create your school, and that is on the forms that you have the links to as well. But anyway, once you have done that, then you want to go ahead and log in, and your username is your email address. And so we'll put in mine. And your password. Logging in. And you get to a page that looks something like this. You're going to want to find the Spotsylvania Winter Classic Middle School Tournament. Now when you set up your school, you're going to join a circuit. And here are all of the circuits. You scroll down to the S's, and you find Spotsylvania County Middle School League. You're going to want to join that circuit. And so then when you get to your home page, you can go down to the Spotsylvania Winter Classic. You'll see that it is scheduled on the 20th of February. There it is, Spotsylvania. Okay, should be able to click on that, and that takes you to the tournament. And then you go to register. You want to click register your school, and you get a screen that looks like this. It'll have your name on it, your phone number, and your email address. It'll have deadlines and fines. Ignore fines. Just get everything in by Friday before the tournament, and everything will be fine. There are no fines and lockouts and that kind of thing. Then you go to entries, and you'll notice over here on the right there is a button that says add entry and then add new competitors to roster. So it's add new competitors to roster. That's the first thing you're going to want to do because you don't have any competitors in yet. So you click on that, and then you'll go to add a new student, and you will get a form like this, and type in the first student's name. So let's say we've got Hugo, last name Girl, Hugo Girl. Pronunciation, you can pretty much leave that alone. If he's an 8th grader, it's going to be 2020 is when he graduates. I would ignore the novice. You may check it if you wish. We don't really have a novice class, so it doesn't matter. Hugo's a guy. I'm going to check M. No dietary points. Save student and add another. And you get the same blank. And do that with all of your students. So that when you then go back to the tournament and you want to register, you You'll click on the tournament, you'll click on entries, and it will look like this. You will look over here under add entry. This is all public forms, so you're going to have 2 students. So your lists are here twice. So yeah, let's say that Aiden is going to be one of the people, and she's going to team up with You Go Girl. So that's a team. We click add entry, and it shows up over there. We then go back in here, and we'll have Michael Carter, and maybe he's going to team up with Wamia Saeed, add entry, etc. until you're finished. Okay. After you've done that, you'll notice that the Judges tab will turn red. You need to have a judge for every 2 teams. And if you have an odd number of teams, you need to have an extra judge. So then you click on the Judges tab, and you'll go over here, add judge to roster, and let's say that this one is Stu Dent. They're at the high school now. Their cell phone, if you have it, you don't need to put that in there. Started judging in year, it was probably this year, so it's going to be 2016, if not whatever year they started. Gender, this is a guy again. You know, notes and dietary, I think, and unless they have some real dietary concerns, you can leave that blank. Save the judge, and then we have a new judge in our roster. And if I wanted to now go in and add a judge, I'm going to go back to tournaments. I'm going to go back to Spotsylvania Winter Classic. I'm going to go to judges, and I'm going to select a judge here. Okay, so I'm going to put in student, and I'm going to add him. Preliminary round judging obligation 8. I'm not sure where that came from. Each judge should be obligated for 3 rounds unless you have a whole slew of judges, and we can divide them up. And then save that, and you are done. Now what you can do then is take a look at, I believe, your registration. So here's what your registration looks like, and you can then print this off. And this is what you will be presented with at the tournament to make sure that you and I both agree. If you have any questions, please get a hold of me. I'm at florawo@pwcs.edu. I hope this has been helpful. It should be a very easy process to make this transition. Thank you very much for your attention.